Brown saw me back in elementary. It's like she knew who I came to be before I knew anything about what God had in store for me, which makes sense because I was probably only 10 or 11, just a kid starting middle school, 5th grade it was, when she handed me my first poem. A monologue to memorize for the upcoming speech meet. She scheduled me to compete, so with stars in my eyes, I took that script home, read it word for word, memorizing word for word, coming more alive with each and every verb that rolled off my tongue, out of my 10-year-old soul, from a place deep down in my bones. So I practiced my speech, getting ready to compete, not knowing at the time how this moment, this performance would change the rest of my life. It was a sunny Saturday when I walked into classroom 105, 30 steel chairs set up in rows full of people I didn't know except for my dad, proudly sitting in the front row. So I take a deep breath and I see Mrs. Brown walking down the aisle, her hand finding its way to my shoulder, telling me I'm next in line. I'll be up in front of the room soon, sharing my memorized monologue to strangers like an actual entertainer. It was finally time, so I step up to the mic. I brush my hair back. I pat down my dress to make sure it's just right. Oddly, not feeling nervous, but instead at home as I grabbed the microphone and began to perform. People stirred in their seats. Was that an actual laugh? I kid you not. I saw a woman wipe a tear from her eye at the end of the talk. Those 30 strangers stood up and cheered. I could tell Miss Brown was so proud. I felt on top of the world, like I was floating on a cloud. I couldn't believe I could do all of that with my tiny 10-year-old soul. So when I went home that day with the gold, I knew I had just paved